Welcome to Some Topic, the podcast where two dangerously underqualified individuals tackle an ever-changing buffet of subjects we have no business discussing. From global politics to ghost squirrels, nothing is off limits, and nothing is properly researched. We are your hosts, two voices with microphones, a Wi-Fi connection, and just enough confidence to sound like we know what we're talking about. Spoiler, we don't. But that's never stopped anyone with a podcast before, and we refuse to be the first. Every week, we plunge headfirst into topics both serious and stupid, usually at the same time, armed only with sarcasm, caffeine, and a dangerous overestimation of our own coherence. Whether it's philosophy, politics, pop culture, or paranormal rodents, we approach each subject like two raccoons who broke into the Library of Alexandria, knocked over a torch, and now insist the fire was enlightenment. Our findings? Improvised. Our sources? Suspect. Our method? Whatever we yanked from our asses while marching proudly up the hill of stupidity, ready to fall honorably in the fog of ego, ontological confusion, and the blood-slick ruins of abandoned discourse. It's too late to turn back now. Your descent has begun. And we, your casually deranged hosts, will guide you in style straight through the crumbling ruins of reason. Listener discretion is enthusiastically advised. This podcast contains strong language, stronger delusions, and a persistent disregard for intellectual safety. If you're easily offended, chronically literal, or spiritually fragile, please relax your chakras, unclench whatever needs unclenching, and consider yelling at a tree instead. This is not journalism. This is not education. This is comedy. This is play. This is Some Topic.
Just go fuck yourself.
No, I don't want to. I'm already dried out. You've made me do it too many times.
I can't help that.
No, I'm just sore on the side.
We went to the gym. We did not have.
Well, if you
I
don't
did not have sexual
before,
relations
and you don't
with that
masturbate
man
after,
over there.
Are you really working out?
I don't know what you said, buddy.
If you don't masturbate before and after, are you really working out? Simple. The answer is no, because your balls are too heavy and you can't lift properly.
Look, just because your knees were weak and your arms are now heavy and there's vomit on your dead mom already. To quote the great Dim Baby.
Schlady.
Okay, Schlady, because apparently that sounds better. We're recording now.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. Then, on that note,
PSA warning, gentlemen and ladies.
welcome to Some Topic, the podcast where two dangerously underqualified individuals tackle an ever-changing buffet of subjects we have no business discussing. From global politics to ghost squirrels, nothing is off limits, and nothing is properly researched. We are your hosts, two voices with microphones, a Wi-Fi connection, and just enough confidence to sound like we know what we're talking about. Spoiler, we don't. But that's never stopped anyone with a podcast before, and we refuse to be the first. Every week, we plunge headfirst into topics both serious and stupid, usually at the same time, armed with only sarcasm, caffeine, and a dangerous overestimation of our own coherence. Whether it's philosophy, politics, pop culture, or paranormal rodents, we approach each subject like two raccoons who broke into the Library of Alexandria, knocked over a torch, and now insist the fire was enlightenment. Our findings? Improvised. Our sources? Suspect. Our method? Whatever we yanked from our asses while marching proudly up the hill of stupidity, ready to fall honorably in the fog of ego, ontological confusion, and the blood-slick ruins of abandoned discourse. It's too late to turn back now. Your descent has begun. And we, your casually deranged hosts, will guide you in style straight through the crumbling ruins of reason. Listener discretion is enthusiastically advised. This podcast contains strong language, stronger delusions, and a persistent disregard for intellectual safety. If you're easily offended, chronically literal, or spiritually fragile, please relax your chakras, unclench whatever needs unclenching, and consider yelling at a tree instead. This is not journalism. This is not education. This is comedy. This is play. This is Some Topic.
I still think it sounds like unclench your clenching instead of using more words between the two.
It's not unclench your clenching.
It should be.
It's unclench whatever needs unclenching.
Why? Okay, what?
Because unclench your clenching means nothing.
Yes, it does.
No, it just sounds like a 4-year-old wrote it.
You are 4.
No, I'm 6.5 in dog years.
I can't math like that because that's
I
not
don't know.
math.
It sounds really wrong though,
That's
because
that's just
that'd be like
stupid.
6 times 7, and that'd be at least like 40 something. And no.
That's not how math works there, bub.
Okay, look, my sack is 48 in dog years.
Just because it's never gotten used and it withered away.
No, it's just dried and wrinkled and cracks if you move it too quickly.
I feel like I'm getting to know you a little too well. That's too much information. I think the hipsters are saying what do they say? TMI?
I don't believe that's a hipster saying, but good enough.
It is
The
definitely
youths are saying it.
hipsters. Yeah, those damn youngins.
No, the hipsters are all the flower children. We don't really have modern hipsters. The closest thing to a modern hipster is like band kids.
Oh, we know a few of those, and they usually use
Or
circle
purple
and a
hair
sock.
hairstylists.
That doesn't count. That's just stay away from those.
Well, purple is problems. The green and blue you're good for.
PSA warning. Stay away from purple-haired individuals. They will hurt you. They will maybe sort of kind of touch you. Just stay away from them.
No, they'll just key your car repeatedly.
Oh. I must be thinking of the yellow-haired ones.
No, you're thinking of the ones that pretend to be women.
Oh.
Those are the ones that touch you. And not in a fun way like your aunt did when you were 13.
How did you know about that?
Because I met her too.
That explains all the crying and screaming in my youths.
Because I met your aunt?
Yeah, you were crying like a baby. I was there. I heard you. I know.
Oh, those were tears of joy, my friend. Not fear.
That was not tears. That was the moaning and crying of a bitch.
Anyways, what topic are we discussing today, good sir?
Some topic.
Some topic, correct. We
I
are
will
discussing some topic.
I will never get tired of that. All right, you were telling me earlier about some stupid TV show.
Oh, it's not stupid. It is fantastic.
I don't know that.
It's on Netflix. The title of it is Bad Thoughts. It's written, I'm assuming, directed and controlled. It's certainly Tom Segura acting out all of his own skits.
Okay, dumb question. Are we being sponsored by them right now?
No. We
So-
just have our two basic sponsors that everybody can obviously see on our podcast title screen.
Okay, so then why are we like, hey, Netflix?
Because other people need to find it. I don't give a fuck about Netflix, but Tom Segura deserves the attention.
All right, fine. I like him. Although Bert Kreischer's funnier.
Sure.
What do you mean, sure?
The drunk uncle bit only goes so far.
It
and
goes
Bert knows it.
It goes
But at
far.
least he capitalized it when he needed to.
It
And
go-
he's got enough to provide for his family, so good on him. But he doesn't act like he does any other skits besides the shirtless drunk uncle.
which is a good skit. It's a funny skit, and I can rewatch it all day, every day. Tom
I'm glad
Segura.
you're simple-minded enough to enjoy that.
Hey, I'm simple and I have a mind. The key word is and.
I don't think you're defending your case very well, but continue.
This is
Let's see where this leads.
this is not a court case. All right, bub. You're not a lawyer. You're the farthest thing from a lawyer.
And you say bub, but you're not Wolverine, nor the Yakman.
What the? Okay,
Wait,
don't.
when you're yoked like Hugh, you're the Yakman, not Jackman.
Okay, but he's definitely more jacked than you right now.
Well, yeah. I haven't worked out in 2 years.
Well, that's your own fault.
Well,
You should have gone to the
yes.
gym.
Well, yes, but I didn't.
Okay. Well, yes, that's your own fault. Tom Segura has a monotone voice, and it's just dry humor. He's not funny.
Oh,
He's not funny.
that means you don't listen to what he actually has to say.
I listened to him multiple times, and I'm telling you, Bert's just funnier.
Either way, we can acknowledge that you're wrong.
We can acknowledge that
Circling
you're
back.
retarded.
Well, that's a well-established fact.
Okay, I'm telling you, Bert is funnier than Tom.
I don't care. Circling back, Bert doesn't have his own TV show.
He has his own movie.
Yeah, and we all agree it's dumb and it's slapstick, and that's fine. It's only good when you're inebriated or high.
Okay, which most of our listeners probably are.
Ugh. Well, if there are listeners, they probably are, but not while listening. They're probably listening during their hangovers on their drive to work every morning.
Which is fine. I'm just saying, did Tom Segura have a movie with the Luke
Are you trying to
Skywalker.
remember a name?
I couldn't remember his name, but I know he's Luke Skywalker, damn it. Mark Hamill. That's his
There
name.
you go.
The Joker.
There you go. Now who's slow?
We're all slow in different ways. I don't make fun of you for...
At least I take my time in the bedroom.
Look, that's not even gay. That's just homosexual, man.
Look, I know you think everything's a race, but sometimes it's not.
Hey.
Only when it's war. Race war.
That was a little specific.
26.
I don't know how to respond to that appropriately.
Sending subliminal thoughts through the airwaves since 2025.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is a PSA message for
No,
subliminal messaging.
This is the equivalent of, trying to play your old rock records backwards to hear satanic messages played for you.
I'm sorry, satanic?
Yeah.
Is that like a
Okay,
new
instead of
drink?
satanic, which just sounds way too southern, satanic, it blends a little better.
No, you completely stumbled over that word.
No, I choose to stumble on purpose. It's called a waltz.
Is it?
Yes, like Christoph.
Is that the guy from Django Unchained? Or he's the old guy that teaches Jamie Foxx and all that?
Christoph Waltz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that guy. He's a good guy.
Oh, because he waltzes in a room. He's not like, the Walker. Well, I just talk like this.
Chris Walker.
I forget his first name. But something Walker. Anyways, circling on back. This is no mere stand-up. This is a
TV show?
fantastic series of what would happen if he really could just say what he wants and do what he wants. Prime example, episode 1, I believe it is a spoof on all of your James Bond assassin, mercenary killer type movies.
Am I fact checking this?
I mean, you can. I'll probably be wrong, but it's fine. Anyways.
Let me go to the Wikipedia page. What's it called again?
He's an international assassin. Bad thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah. He's an international assassin who's obviously in a foreign country, probably looked a little bit like Spain, and he only has 2 rules. He doesn't kill women, and he doesn't kill children. Now, this dum-dum forgot the first rule of international travel, which is you don't eat the fucking street food. If you eat the street food, you will have some of the most glorious and violent diarrhea of your life. It's just shitting clumpy water straight out of your ass. Kind of like trying to, siphon out a septic tank. Anyways.
There's only 6 episodes?
Oh, but each one's like an hour long.
What's up with that? What happened to, a good 13 episodes or 26 episodes in a season?
Because this isn't being produced by CBS.
I don't care.
And it's not the early 2000s.
I don't care.
Well, maybe he'll be able to put out the next 6 in like 6 months instead of having to wait a whole fucking year.
Nostalgia's a bitch.
I mean, I thought she was pretty seductive, but okay.
No.
Anyways.
Gravity's a bitch.
He's lining up for the shot, and he's getting ready to take the shot. And he just so happens to hit the waitress instead. Because she just so happens to bend over. I forget whether she was filling his target's coffee or whether she spilled a drink or was dropping off a receipt or something like that. But either way, he happens to sneeze right at the point where he's taking the shot and kills her instead. Then you have a quick cutscene, and it's like, I only have one rule. I don't kill children. Then his street food hits him, and he shits himself. Violently shits himself. Now keep in mind,
and this is television now?
The spy agency that he works for
This is television nowadays.
is watching him on satellite, live satellite, and they're on his earpiece. They're asking if he took out the target. He's like, yep, totally, yep, got him. However, they're obviously watching and they see no. He pulls up his phone to look at the picture of the target and says, nope, Nope, that's who you sent me. You must have sent me the wrong picture. I didn't do it. You know, I don't fuck up. I don't miss. You just sent me the wrong picture. It was on your end. All the while, he's trying to strip and clean his shitty ass. So now he's carrying around his shitty pants, and he's in just those big, nasty whitey tighties that just look like a baby's diaper that's double stuffed like an Oreo.
So he pulled the opposite of a Bert Kreischer. Bert takes his shirt off. Tom Segura takes his pants off.
Huh. Only for the first episode.
By the way, this is the
Summation,
I guess. An assassin breaks all his own rules. A man takes serving the elderly to another level. An IT guy who's a little too hard at work. I'm assuming he has some
an
kind
IT guy.
I don't know. It's an it. It says it.
Oh my God, you're right, because there's like 3 skits per episode. So I'm just referencing the first skit of the first episode.
So okay, so what?
Now the elderly
Oh Lord.
is what happens when we don't kick out illegals. And you let your illegals into the elderly home. And they have found out, if you're just willing to have sex with old people, you can get all the drugs and money you want.
Honestly, that's not a bad deal.
Well, and it's shot, and it's advertised and shot in the way of almost like an old Hallmark movie, romance movie, commercial almost, advertisement. The best part is
they made a Hallmark
the guy
movie
who owns
about
that elderly
illegals.
home, that retirement home, doesn't like him. I forget his name. We're just going to call him Enrique because it sounds good enough.
Okay, fuck Enrique. Actually,
Yeah.
I know a few Enriques.
Well, what he's trying to do is he's like, well, we're losing all this. We're losing our customer base. We're losing our residents, not just from death, but because they don't want to be there and they're all, depressed and shit.
They're all dying.
Well, they do that too. That
Okay.
tends to happen in old folks' home.
They do the death. Got it.
Yeah, sure. They do kick the bucket pretty frequently.
I thought they were
However-
doing the death, not the bucket.
I didn't say doing the bucket. I said kicking the bucket.
Well, that's still different things.
How different? That doesn't sound very different.
Look, if you're doing a death, you're dying. If you're kicking a bucket, all you're doing is kicking a bucket, man.
Well, sometimes that's all they can do. They can't afford soccer balls.
They can't kick a
need our
bucket. They're
assistance.
old.
Do we cut the
It
funding
doesn't
to
make
USAID?
sense.
How do the elderly get soccer balls to kick? So they only have buckets.
Where did the buckets come from? Lowe's?
Yeah, they're $3.
No, they're not. They're
Yeah, it's
$4.99.
$2.99. No, it's $2.99 for the bucket, and it's $3.99, which is ridiculous for the lid.
Well, fuck.
Now at Home Depot, it's flip flopped. You're normally looking at $4.99 on the Home Depot buckets, and it's only like $2.99 for the lid itself.
Oh.
But Home Depot also sells a 1964 seat cover for your bucket lids that swivels.
I hate that you know that, and I hate that I somewhat believe you.
I'm pretty close. I'm probably off on the 64 cents part. Anyways. Because I remember going there, the other week, and I looked at one of those. I was like, oh, do I really want to spend $60 or
Yes.
sorry, $20 on a swivel cushion for my 5-gallon buckets?
Yes. Do you
I
make-
have a fat ass, Nick. It's enough cushion for me. I'll flip the bucket upside down like a normal human being.
Or hear me out. You take yourself to the gym, lose your fat ass, and
No. That's what the ladies like.
okay, they like it when it's firm.
No,
And
they just care about
there's
the
a-
shape.
Yeah, you got a flat ass.
Oh, it's not flat. It's just got a few too many ridges to it.
Okay, your ass has rolls,
Unlike
and
my
that's a
finger,
problem.
it's not ribbed for her pleasure.
Okay, again, there's a lot of context in this statement. You have to explain.
No, I don't have to.
Okay.
Because how else are we going to have a nice Q&A with our listeners if we don't just randomly leave shit for them to question? I want them yelling at their cars or their phones or their headphones or, the empty closet where they're listening to this while masturbating to unicorn porn.
Why are they masturbating to our voices?
I said to unicorn porn
What unicorn?
while listening to our podcast.
How do you know that there's porn for unicorns?
Have you not seen any of the Deadpool movies?
I've seen all of them. Yes, they were quite good.
Then obviously somebody has made unicorn porn. There's also tons of bronies in the world. You really don't think that Rule 34 or 32 or 48 or whatever the number is nowadays hasn't made unicorn porn?
Look, all I want to know is why an IT guy
I
has
could
a
probably
job.
pull it up on my phone in under 30 seconds.
I think you have to now. But
But I'm not going to do that because we're not recording video yet.
Oh, my Lord.
So nobody can, fact check me that it only took 30 seconds.
I will time you.
Anyways, that doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
Circling back,
Why does an IT guy have
they
a
finally
boner?
hire Enrique to be their general, maintenance guy.
Is this the IT guy?
No, the maintenance guy.
For the nursing home?
Yep,
For the IT department?
for the maintenance home.
Okay, so the IT
Nursing home, maintenance home. For the maintenance home with the dead people.
You mean to tell me that
Anyways,
all old
so he's
people are
basically
just
like a
people with
groundskeeper.
maintenance
He's
contracts?
basically a groundskeeper / maintenance guy. Either way, his role is not important. But what he starts doing is he starts talking to these people. And he starts dancing with them. And he starts showing them a good time in life. And suddenly they have a reason to live. And suddenly they're getting more and more residents coming in and everything else. Well, they just so happen to have the news coming in about their brand new uplifting blah 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 whatever practices. News crews walks in to interview Enrique, and there might be some legs wrapped around his shoulders at the moment. Some wrinkly, flabby, flappy, gorgeous legs.
Just because you put gorgeous in there does not paint that image
Now,
any better.
treating these people like humans and showing them another reason to live while also supplying some, I'm assuming, halfway decent dick, brings all these old people back to life. And they're having a great time and everything's fantastic.
So he's committing
he tries to
necrophilia.
fire Enrique.
So he's doing necrophilia to bring him back to life?
Well, they're not dead yet.
Okay. So not necrophilia.
Correct. That's a
Per-
crime.
Pre-necrophilia.
That's a crime.
Pre-necrophilia?
Necrophilia of any sort is a crime.
But it's
adding pre to it doesn't count.
It's pre-necrophilia.
Is it pre-necrophilia when you're embalming them or before you embalm
Well, they're
them?
dead, so it doesn't matter. And if embalm is a euphemism for dick, then I don't know what the fuck you do in your free time.
I mean, it does come out glistening and rock hard, so
I
guess that works.
don't want to know what you do in your free time anymore, bub.
Just ask your mama.
That's homosexual.
I mean, it's better than asking Obama. He'd just tell you to hang out with gay men more.
Didn't Obama
You
get
didn't see that
divorced from
news
his
story?
wife?
You didn't see that news story where he was on an interview and he said that every young man, a father isn't enough. You need to make friends with gay men, also known as grooming.
I did not. You have piqued my interest, and I don't know.
Oh, I
if
have
it's
no
bullshit.
interest. I just simply saw the headlines and I moved on.
Okay, you continue with your story.
It's all fake anyways.
Well, how am I supposed to fact check it if you said call it fake?
Oh, no. Go ahead and fact check it. That's fine.
Obama
Anyways. Continuing on with Enrique.
wants
So he ends up firing
us
Enrique.
to hang out with gay people.
All the residents start saying, hey, bring Enrique back. Bring Enrique back. He's the only reason that we're here. Yada, yada, yada. And they bring him back. And on his welcome home ceremony, the little gathering with everybody else, magically one of the elderly is pregnant. What does Enrique do? He makes a phone call to Uber to get some food. And he says, I just go to the store. 1 minute, 12 minutes, 14 minutes. I go to the store. Gets in the Uber.
The Uber.
The Uber.
It's Dutch for waiter.
And tells him to fucking floor it to the nearest airport. Because, of course, the Uber driver pulls up, rolls the window down, and says, ride for Enrique to the airport?
Go.
Now, the IT guy, I don't remember. I was probably unconscious by the time that skit
All
came
right,
on.
well, instead of that, you explaining that skit, I guess I'll just read this nice, Obama explains why men need gay and non-binary friends. Now that's what we call healthy masculinity.
And non-binary?
Yeah.
I didn't know we were referencing the Morse code again, but okay.
Well, some people identify as zeros and ones.
I mean, sometimes you gotta be a do, and other times you gotta be a doot-do.
I want to say that went over my head, but I think I got it.
I was just making noises, so I'm glad you picked something up from it.
I
Remember, folks, any enlightenment or moments of inspiration are purely coincidental.
wish he was joking. Okay, here's what this article says. It's by them period us.
Them period us.
Yeah, I assume the us is the United States, but it is kind of...
Are we painting them with blood?
No, but it's a very...
Like, is this for the they thems? Or the them us's?
It's by... Well, I don't want to say her name because that's not fair. She just looks
Well, you can reference the news company. We don't have to necessarily throw this thing under the bus.
The author has a questionable picture.
Okay, you don't have to throw they them under the proverbial
Well, them is the company.
bus mobile condos. Oh, that's fine. It's a company name. They already produced the article.
When it comes to men's social lives, former President Barack Obama agrees. If you don't have queer and non-binary friends, you're missing out. Obama recently appeared on the July 16th episode of his wife and brother-in-law's podcast, IMO, with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson. Much of the episode centered around a listener's
With Michael
question.
and Craig. Understood.
Yes. When you're built like a brick oven, then yeah.
'Cause she's a brick house. She's mighty, mighty. Letting it all hang out. In Michelle's case, her balls. Continue.
They're bigger than yours.
I know. That's why I'm jealous.
Much of the episode centered around a listener's question about raising emotionally intelligent, competent men in today's world. Obama argued that as a society, we should offer boys a wide range of male role models. He reminisced about one of his favorite college professors, who was an openly gay man. I hope that there was no sexual relations at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out in life. He became one of my favorite, my favorite professor, and was a great guy.
Is that why he decided to marry a man? Because he was groomed by another adult during his formative years in college when you're supposed to rebel and do shit your parents wouldn't like?
I guess. I don't know.
This cycle continues.
I mean, Michelle is a very attractive woman. I don't see the man part.
Okay. Just because you're into Ethiopian juggernauts does not mean the rest of us are.
Hey, in the Marvel comics,
I don't want to be folded
Juggernaut,
like a pretzel, my friend. I'm not flexible.
I know you're not. Juggernaut is an unstoppable force. Okay, that's why we have Michelle Obama to thank for our lack of potatoes in high school.
Potatoes.
Yeah, don't you remember her whole health initiative? She ruined high school lunches.
She did ruin the lunches, but I also have a feeling they somehow simultaneously got shittier and more detrimental to your long-term health.
Sure,
All
but
because French fries are bad for you.
I just want French fries, bro. They were good. They were salty. They had all the
Now,
right MSG.
If you want a broader perspective in life and you need extra help and tips on how to educate young men in a world where it's impossible to network with honorable men, because let's be real, there is no more distinctly positive male spaces only. They just don't exist anymore.
No, you wouldn't be wrong.
Used to be sports, used to be video games, used to be the trades. All that shit's gone out of the window. Hashtag me too. Let's burn it all down. Now, if you really need inspiration from a multitude of men, the only thing you need is called the Book of Man. It's written by William J. Bennett. If you really need to figure out how to teach young men to be men, that's the best way to show them different examples. Not saying, oh yeah, let's show you more effeminate men that couldn't swing a goddamn hammer, that couldn't defend the ones they love, and are probably required to live in those little 5-minute cities that California keeps trying to create.
Oh boy. California. I love that state.
Like, don't get me wrong. Do I want to have a farm and raise my own food and raise my own cattle and grow vegetables? Not right now. No, Walmart's too convenient. So is Costco. Especially since you can get a gigantic brisket for only like $30-$40.
I feel like we're name dropping a lot of companies that aren't supporting our podcast.
Well, maybe they'll support us, Nick.
Yeah. Costco.
Hooters, hit me up.
I see where your mind's at. Mine's on food.
Okay, sorry, hustlers.
So the article goes on to say, by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you have a boy who is gay or non-binary, or what have you. They have somebody they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Why would you have a child that is purposely non-binary or gay? Those were mental health disorders not that long ago, throughout all of human history.
Being gay is
unless you're Roman and Greek, they butt fucked a lot of dudes.
Okay, well that was just
they just didn't get
then.
married.
Yeah, it was a different time, better time.
Notice how the second you start having wild fucking orgies, magically your whole country goes to shit.
It's a big country.
It's kind of easy to get distracted, Nick. When you're just slinging dick left and right, not caring which hole you're putting it in, you're really not paying attention to your borders or the people or your food supply or foreign militaries or any of that other stuff. Christianity had nothing to do with the downfall of Rome.
So, and towards the end of this article, it says, and not for nothing, Obama still feeds the queer internet zeitgeist each year with his sometimes controversial, always viral seasonal playlist. Will the former commander-in-chief add Doechi and Renee rap to this year's? You and your gay or non-binary friends will just have to wait and find out.
I just heard a lot of names that I don't care about.
If I remember, Dorechi is some kind of anime that just came out on Netflix. Name drop again.
That would sound about right for an anime. It's probably on Crunchyroll.
No, it's on Netflix. No, it is on Crunchyroll. It is on Crunchyroll. I saw it the other day.
Isn't everything hentai related on Crunchyroll?
Well, yes.
Sorry, softcore hentai, also known as anime.
Good enough. I don't necessarily know. I don't like that guys growing up have to have the literal fucking entire whatever zeros and ones and homosexuality shoved down their throat.
No, but it's not zeros and ones now.
Okay,
because they're non-binary.
Okay, then what is it? Twos and threes?
It's like starting off in geometry, where all of a sudden you have letters and shit in your math.
That's algebra, and you don't know how to math.
I've bounced around a lot of schools.
I'm aware.
I have some gaps in my knowledge.
Yeah, that's where I pick up the slack, and Jesus, that's a lot of slack to pick up.
Well, I'm good at geometry. I just suck at algebra.
All you know is this goes in that hole.
No, I just know that, the P theorem helps me build stuff. I can't say the name without slurring or lisping, so I just gave up on saying his name.
I don't know what we're talking about, but okay.
The P theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
I thought this was way dirtier. This is Pythagorean.
No, I'm not trying to, groom our listeners into golden shower fetishes.
Okay.
They probably already have them.
You need to stop watching porn. Get laid, buddy.
Maybe our listeners can help with that.
Oh boy.
Send me a doll.
For the small monthly payment of $9.99.99, you can support
for
Sam and his
approximately
addiction.
2 years, because I'm pretty sure those dolls are like $10,000 a piece.
You can support Sam's addiction.
Automated fleshlights are amazing.
Very specific addiction. So,
well, you just have to put a mouse pad under the clamp. That way it doesn't actually shake and rock the table.
Why do you know these things?
Because I'm an avid supporter of
He does a lot of
self-care.
research, guys. I just don't think that shoving twos and threes down someone's throat and homosexuality when they're young is the right or fair thing to do.
Well, it's no different. You don't take a 6-year-old to a strip club. Nor do you take a 6-year-old to a fucking pride parade where there's a bunch of fucking dicks everywhere.
Hey, what if you gotta get your rocks off by 1, but get to the babysitter by 2?
Then you masturbate in a bathroom or a supply closet like a normal person.
See, now we're solving problems. We're on top of this, man.
But you get my point.
I do.
The point is no child should be introduced to these concepts or these things or be seeing it. Period. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care about your religious, ethnical, traditional, imaginary background. I don't care. Leave the kids out of it.
I would argue that they shouldn't be introduced to any of this, even when. So the ideal would be like when your balls drop, right? You get hair, it's like, oh yeah, I touched myself. I kind of like this.
The second you get puberty, it kind of happens. But the point is,
what I'm trying to say is they, even at that point,
I
when
wouldn't
you're
trust a
showing-
13-year-old at a strip club either.
Correct.
Nor would I trust a 13-year-old with a gay man who wants to fuck him.
Correct. And again,
Or your aunt.
oh my God,
Your imaginary aunt.
I mean, I have an aunt, but Jesus,
Oh, you do?
we've been over this, buddy.
Well, they don't count. They're in the lands of cigars and waffles.
I didn't know we made cigars, but good
Or
stuff.
cigarettes and waffles, whatever.
It's not cigarettes. I mean, they probably smoke cigarette. Whatever. That was
They're Belgian.
was
There's
the-
waffles involved.
it was the '60s. That's a different time.
Pipe in a crepe. Smoking a pancake.
That's French, I think. Okay, regardless. With the amount of older men that have done fucked up shit,
And we all agree they should die, and they normally do in prison.
correct for various
Accidents.
accidents, which I have plenty of stories on, which are fun to tell. I didn't do anything. I just heard about them. Damn it!
Allegedly.
Look,
Continue on.
double
with the-
jeopardy.
Continue on.
I'm trying to
There's
get the,
plenty of fucking creeps out there. Both men and women. We get it.
they're just too impressionable and they cannot make their own decision. So it's almost like you need to just create some kind of boundary until they reach like what, 16, 18? Figure if you can drive a car, then
Sort of, kind of, maybe. Like we all know that kids are going to find a way to work around everything.
yeah.
I mean, hell. I was downloading all sorts of viruses and shit on my school computers
Allegedly.
because my parents sent me to a fucking Christian. No, it's not alleged. Like, everybody probably knows by now.
Allegedly.
Either way.
Allegedly.
No, it's fine.
Allegedly.
Either way.
There are no incriminations on this podcast. Allegedly.
Again, this is comedy. This is play. This is some topic.
This is allegedly.
This is not journalism or education.
Allegedly.
Anyways, circling back.
Can we just put allegedly into the intro now?
I don't give a fuck.
You're in
Circling
charge
back.
of it.
Well, that's why I'm not typing a new one.
You have to
I already
pencil
spent
it in.
2.5 days on this one.
You just have to pencil it in.
Fuck that. No. Anyways,
Just pencil it in, man.
as a young child, a middle schooler even, I spent so much time Googling shit on my school computer because for some reason this Christian school thought, oh yeah, we'll give everybody tablets. Ha ha ha. Well, they had this nice little program on all the computers where the teachers could obviously monitor and dictate and control everything and blah, 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 whatever. The first thing I found out how to do was shut down all the computers and give it a fake crash screen. Then I found out how to blind the teachers from it. As long as you rebooted your computer correctly and hit something, a couple of things in the command center, you were fine, and the teachers couldn't see it, and they would just see whatever screen you wanted them to see. Then I found out how to actually get admin privileges from the dean of students, so then you controlled all the teachers' computers, and that's when things got really interesting.
That's why you're a piece of shit.
Forgot how to do forgot to do your homework, or just straight up didn't want to. Well, guess what? I'll sell you a USB drive for $5 that'll crash your computer for you and make it look like it erased everything. Kids will find a way. It's the moral of the story.
Okay.
One of my other buddies in the dorms there, he was
Is this
selling
high
USB
school or
sticks.
college?
No, this was middle school and high school.
What middle school or high school has dorms?
Private Christian schools do.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. We had kids from all over the world there.
Did you ever have any gay teachers?
Now that I think about it, my physics teacher was probably a closeted gay. I mean, like, he was married with kids, but he was probably one of those old school closeted ones that
I
just
remember
never
this
talked
story.
about it. No, that was the principal that killed himself.
That's more disturbing.
Yeah. Well, that was, elementary school principal. Either way.
That's slightly less.
There was also the
that's more
assistant.
fucked up. That's more fucked
Well,
up.
no, so the academic head, I think, or maybe he was just dean of students. He wasn't the dean, but he was like the second or third in command or whatever. He was healed of being gay. Always wearing these fruity fucking t-shirts and hats and everything, and like literally every time he talked to you, he had to find a way to physically touch you and caress you. It was fucking weird.
So that brings me to a
He was
question
never
here.
accused of anything, so I'm not going to name drop. Like, he at least controlled himself.
No, nor are we trying to do that. That was one of the rules we came up
But
with.
either way, kids will find a way around this shit. But it's still your responsibility as the parents or as the adults in a society to help kind of coach and teach and say, look, yeah, it's cool, it's funny. You found your parents' Playboy underneath the mattress and show all your buddies at school. We get it. But these are not things that we should be actively encouraging.
Well, it begs the question, right? Then should somebody like a public figure like Barack Obama, whatever he's done in the past politically, for the country, yada, 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 putting all that aside, and linebacker Michelle Obama, which I still disagree with. She is attractive.
That's like saying, hey, young men should hang out with gigolos.
They could learn a thing or two, probably.
Yeah, but you're supposed to learn that in college.
Well, yes.
When you're of age.
Well, yes.
Then you learn all your sex stuff. Unless you have a fun aunt like Nick.
Look, I can't help that I'm better at it than you. That's just how that works.
It's probably because my uncle taught me everything I know.
That explains why you like it up the ass. Should somebody like Barack Obama,
Or any public figure for that matter,
correct, be making statements with such as this when it's controversial?
Controversy's fine, and still, freedom of speech exists. Like, I'm not arguing the fact that he went on some podcast or news station or whatever and said what he said. That's fine. Again, I am free to be offended, and I am free to offend. I don't give a shit. First Amendment's there for a reason. However, will I always argue until the day I die on moral grounds alone that is inappropriate to discuss any of this stuff with children? Yes, yet alone trying to encourage an entire generation of new parents who only grew up on technology and only grew up on the popular thing and only grew up on all this other shit to go and encourage your children to be in those situations like the Cub Scouts? No. It's not time to be touched by a camp counselor. There's a reason those are horror stories.
Yeah.
Not, oh yeah, let's just send them to a drag school.
So then it begs the
No difference than don't send them to a gigolo school.
Don't send them to Paris. There you go. Problem solved. Fuck the French. It does beg a question, like the original question that was asked was, how do you raise emotionally intelligent man? And you had name dropped, was it, the author's name was?
The Book of Man, William J. Bennett.
Bennett's book.
Yeah.
So that gives you stories on how to be a man. But what about
Well, that's just it. It's
increasing-
not his own personal opinion. He's
That's
showing
correct.
different autobiographies, different news stories, different clippings. He splits it up into separate sections of man at work, man at play, man at house, man at church, all this other stuff.
So it begs the question of, how do you raise emotionally intelligent men? And it's almost,
Well, they have to go through some pain first.
well, yes, and that doesn't typically happen because everybody is secluded or sheltered.
Well, it just happens too late now.
Yeah.
It happens when they have access to all the bad shit and the bad coping mechanisms.
Yeah. I think you kind of hinted at something, which was a man at church. Not necessarily forcing religion down someone's throat.
Well, that's no different than forcing any kind of lifestyle. Now,
Correct.
again, it's your children. You do get to dictate and raise, and you get to decide who's going to indoctrinate your children.
Sure.
Why do you think you're sending them to school for 8-10 hours a fucking day?
Correct.
Someone else is raising your child.
Yeah.
Same thing with church. I was a little shithead. I tried to find any way to get out of church. But it still gave me a good groundwork and a good basis to view the rest of the world and form my own emotional and empathetic opinions with.
So do you think that there's some say in, or some credibility in church or religion, let's say religion,
Yeah, we'll
Using-
use any manner of religion.
any manner of religion, to help with the emotional part of raising healthy men?
Well, it does do a good job of kind of laying out that emotional landscape in life and laying out a moral landscape. So that way you have some kind of perspective without having to be the one who slaughtered people at the age of 14.
Yeah, we don't want that because that's definitely frowned upon, and all those.
No. It's really only over like the last 100 years where it's magically frowned upon. Before that,
Different times, different ethics, different morals, and a different entire scope of humanity. 100 years ago, you might have been right. But it's 100 years now.
Look, I'm just saying. We all agree that the child soldiers in Africa is a horrible thing because children should be allowed to be children. But it's not some kind of new phenomenon.
It's just new because everybody can see it.
Well, no, just having 24 access and visual data to observe all these things 24/7 is a very new phenomenon. Now, magically, all the kids nowadays are so desensitized to this stuff because they see it 24/7. And what happens when you become more desensitized? Then you keep chasing that next high. And I don't mean high as in narcotics or any other inebriants.
Adrenaline junkie.
Not even adrenaline. It's very similar to it, but it's no different when you're jumping down that porn rabbit hole and you get too addicted to porn. And then you start looking at crazier and crazier and worse and psycho shit. Same exact thing. Now, all of these kids are so desensitized to where, oh, someone got beheaded? Who cares? I see that every day.
That is fucked.
It is. But now, religion in general. I really don't care which religion. We can all have different arguments over which religions are inherently immoral and improper. Yeah, but that's not my place.
Correct. Although,
whatever you have to do to be a better person, I don't give a shit. If that's worshiping Allah, if that's worshiping Yahweh, if that's worshiping God, Jesus, Beelzebub, I don't give a fuck.
Satan rules.
Whatever name you want to give it.
Look, I'm just saying Jack Black did a really good Satan. Did you not see that?
Jack Black did a what?
A really good Satan.
Well, yeah, he did a fantastic Satan, but it's also Jack Black. His mother was a fucking NASA scientist. The kid's smart.
He's not really a kid anymore.
Well, he was.
At some point.
When he first wrote all those songs for that particular film.
The one we can't think of right now. Okay. So, just because religion...
Pick of Destiny.
Was that? Well, okay. That fucked with me a little bit. Okay. Back on track. So, religion can help with creating more emotionally intelligent men. But to what extent do they need to be emotionally intelligent? Because there comes to a point where it's like...
Well, you need the ability for self-reflection.
Where's that threshold?
It teaches the ability for introspection and self-reflection.
Sure.
It gives you some other basis to scale and measure yourself against. Now, the point where you take it to the absolute extreme, well, the extremes of any sort, there's always the potential for some damage there.
Yeah, but that's where the pain comes in and you learn.
No.
You don't think so?
Have you not seen all these emotionally fragile men who are just, emotionally intelligent and so in touch with my feelings that I totally understand what you mean? I'm just crying for you because I'm also an empath. That's useless.
I can think of a few personal people.
Well, yeah, but you're absolutely ineffective now. You can no longer perform your role in life. No matter what happens, you are now going to be useless and in a corner and in a state of panic.
Sure.
So it's not that we're trying to necessarily raise, emotionless men. We've seen what happens when that happens, and it's not a good thing. But you need a baseline to start with. So circling back.
The second episode?
So circling back, Enrique gave these elderly people another reason to live.
Dude, we're on episode 2.
They were praying a whole lot.
We're on episode 2, not part 2, not part 3. You couldn't remember part 3. Part 2, he ends up leaving because he got
skit 2. Episode 1, skit 2.
So what about the rest of them?
I don't remember the IT one.
Okay. Success.
Actually, no, I do. He's using this new VR coding system and VR system to help with basically IT network repair and everything else and website design and whatever. Well, he wanted to be a part of a boardroom meeting because it was also going to be a birthday celebration for one of the other workers.
Okay.
So he's in there with his VR headset and everything else, and he makes some very suggestive motions.
Okay.
And he might make some noises and, put some lube on his hands and all that fun stuff. One of the employees, of course, interrupts the meeting and asks the president of the company, do you not see this? It looks like he's blowing someone. Actually, it looks like he's blowing 2 people. To which our IT official takes off his headset and takes off his goggles, and he says, "You don't understand how difficult it is to push through these patches and these network changes. What I was doing was trying to wrangle, was it their sales department integrating with shipping? I think that's what he was trying to do. Was he was trying to patch and fix their shipping department's networking information with their sales department, so that way orders would track correctly or ship correctly or something like that. So that's why he was combining the two and grabbing the two strands on either side. And he had to bring them together because he had to blow off the connectors.
So he was
like a Game Boy cartridge.
He was masturbating two guys in cyberspace, but wasn't. Or that's what
and like. It just devolves. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And he talks about having to use the lube in these fancy gloves because he has arthritis. Because you don't understand how difficult this patch, these network patches are. And then he becomes the next Steve Jobs, basically. Invents this entire video game, this whole new neurological interaction system, and all this stuff. And his first game is called Aliens Fuck Humans. His second game is called Aliens Fuck Humans 2. And guess who the human is?
Him?
Just happens to be modeled after the sales rep.
And the sales
One
rep
day
is
the
a
sales
girl?
rep sees this, Googles the IT guy's name to find his address, shows up at his house. IT guy, says, "Oh, come in, old coworker, old buddy, good shit. Hey, haven't seen you in forever."
Is it a girl or a guy?
Guy.
Okay.
Both guys. Because this alien tricks you by saying, "Look, we're trapped in a house. There's a portal that opens, but it only opens when two men shit at the same exact time in the same toilet. So I'm going to sit down first, and you're going to try to fit between the legs and sit down and land between the legs. Because we both have to defecate at the same exact time.
I don't see how the logic there
Two
works.
turds, one bowl. And that's what opens the magical portal to escape. Otherwise, you're trapped in this like log cabin, pocket universe, whatever."
Dude, you watch some fucked up shit.
Well, Tom Segura came up with it. I didn't.
I just watched it and enjoyed the hell out of it.
Anyways.
Any whore.
Employee shows up to IT guy's house. IT guy's like, "Hey, you want to see the start for number 3? It's really fucking awesome." So they go to his little work area. IT guy's on the computer doing his thing. Employee puts on the headset. Well, remember, number 1 was a neurological game that hooked up to your brain and put you in real life in that position. Number 2 was a little bit more advanced, and number 3 was this new revolutionary neurological link. He has full control over said employee now.
Oh boy.
And it's fantastic. It's unique.
10 out of 10.
Would not do it myself, but it was fun to watch.
Okay, episode number 2. Success. A man succumbs to an apocalyptic evacuation. A behind-the-scenes day with an action icon goes wrong. A country singer's music session turns nightmarish.
I remember the country music. I forget success.
Okay, what was the country one?
So you know how every Taylor Swift song
Oh God.
is about this boy broke my heart and that boy broke my heart and
Why
yada
is
yada
it-
yada, and that's why she hasn't had a new album since she started dating good decent people.
I mean,
So flip that now for men. Because all they sing about, when they're starting off and, have no money, it's about no money, too much work, my truck, my beer, my gun, my dog, my girl who left me.
or they have the truck and the gun.
We still have those things.
Oh, well then why
But
is he
anyways,
unhappy? He has a gun and a truck.
Then he becomes successful. And he loses his inspiration. And all of his music sucks now. And everybody is just like, "You have no more content." So what does he do? Kidnaps a bunch of his fans. Puts them on a farm in Mexico.
Why is it
hires a
Mexico?
whole bunch of Korean actors and Japanese actors to look like North Korean military, who are the guards for this concentration camp. Because he's putting these people through hard times and these people through suffering, and once a week he shows up and he gets on a little stage and he starts strumming his guitar and he's asking people for inspiration. Talk about your struggles, talk about your life. And when you give him something that's obviously wrong or doesn't work or he can't make a song out of it, magically you get drug away to the shed. But there's one girl who's just, I don't know, I want to say looks like Dolly Parton, but she's a brunette, not a blonde, and she doesn't have tits, so not really Dolly Parton.
We can fix
But she's
this.
got enough of a southern drawl, and she's got enough sass that she starts to put him in his place. And, you know, their relationship continues and evolves from there.
Stockholm Syndrome?
Oh no, this girl figures it out.
Okay. Why not just capitalize it and be rich? But whatever.
Because this 18, 19-year-old something doesn't want to have sex with a 40-year-old failed country singer.
But he's not failed.
Oh, he is.
He could be unfailed.
Okay, washed up. Rich, but washed up.
See, that's different. Gotta paint the picture.
Oh, I'm painting, baby. My brush is a little dry, though.
You are no Picasso.
No.
You are no Bob Ross.
Solo picante.
Habla no inglés.
No speak you English.
I speak no Sam.
My name's Jeff.
Your name is not Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
I think you're retarded, bub.
Oh, there's no thinking.
Okay, so what happens when they go to the shed?
They die. They get shot by the North Korean guards.
Oh, well, okay. Episode 3, Family. A singer finds inspiration for a killer comeback. A school play that no parent could prepare for. A night with extremely close sisters. I'm sure that's not a sex scene. Okay, which one? Just pick one.
Oh, we're doing the child performative part.
The school play?
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
Oh boy.
So these children are supposed to talk to a family member or a relative, and design their own little skit, their own little play, sharing one of their life stories.
Jesus Christ.
This child chooses to talk to a divorced Vietnam vet who's his grandfather.
Okay, that makes that slightly okay.
Except he's talking about killing mooks and chooks and chinks and calling people niggers and all this stuff in a fantastic elementary school play.
Oh boy.
Obviously, his parents are assuming that they're just the worst parents ever, and they try to sneak out and leave. The next play starts with the line of, it's either a gigolo or a stripper or a hooker or something. But either way, they're like, oh, we're staying for this. We're not the worst parents.
Okay. Episode 4, Love. A French love affair takes a turn. A woman's last wish blindsides her husband.
You ever had sex with twins?
Personally, no.
Okay.
I didn't even get to finish it. A routine?
No. Hey, I'm cutting you off.
Okay.
So this man
Which one is it?
travels to France
Ah, love affair.
to try to see where things are going with his online girlfriend or whatever. She stands him up on some date. While he's walking back to his house, hotel, condo, whatever it may be, he happens to see a gorgeous woman in a window. She happens to wave. Hello.
Bonjour.
So he waves back. And she motions to him in a beckoning manner. And he points to himself like, me? And she says, yes. So he goes on up, knocks on her door. And she's like, oh my goodness. I haven't had love in however many years. And he's like, wait. You can't find anyone who will have sex with you. But you choose me? And she's like, yes, but there's one condition. You have to have sex with my sister first. She's a twin.
She's a guy.
No, now what kind of twin would cause some performance anxiety?
She has a bigger dick?
No, it's a twin sister.
She's retarded?
I wouldn't give a shit as long as she's hot and able to legally consent,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay.
What type of twin might cause an issue for this gorgeous woman who can't find any man to sleep with her?
I have no idea, buddy.
A conjoined twin
Oh.
that happens to be very gypsy-like and growing out of her shoulder.
Oh. So how do you have sex with that?
Well, she wants it in her mouth. She hasn't tasted the meat of a man in years.
Oh, that's not scary or terrifying.
And she likes it up the butt.
I mean, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying where's the catch? Where's the hookup?
On that fancy little device in your hands, go ahead and, just Google that particular scene, and you'll see a face. We'll pause the podcast while he's researching.
Twin scene.
So describe what you've seen, Nick.
I think I can say with all certainty, you're fucked in the head for watching this.
No. Describe to our listeners so they can paint a mental picture.
Okay, you know when you
What would this conjoined twin look like?
You know when you were a kid and you watched the Wizard of Oz and you saw the Wicked Witch of the West?
Yeah, but that actress was actually kind of hot. She had prosthetic stuff.
Well, yes, but I'm getting there. And I'm not talking about like the new one that just came out where she actually
we're not talking about race baiting.
Well, no, she looked fun. She looked hot. The Wicked Witch of the West, add a few more warts that were real, and then like add about 30, 40 pounds, and then cut the neck off.
You forgot, strip 93% hair.
Okay, well, we were getting there.
Okay.
She also looks like she was molded in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's this thing that called a fusion card, right? So
I never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Describe fusion.
Fusion is where you take two entities and make a new entity. That's all it is.
Ah, fusion, not fission. Got it.
Yes. And it's like some retard just took that card and took that Wicked Witch of the West and molded Danny DeVito's Penguin and combined them, and you might have what this chick looks like.
That's very good.
Thank you.
Because I would have started with what an ass polyp looks like.
An ass what?
Combined with Danny DeVito's Penguin.
An ass what?
Ass polyp.
What the fuck is that?
I would say Google it, but I feel like it turned into Two Girls, One Cup if you Googled it. So, anyways.
Okay. So does he have sex with this girl or what?
Oh, he's a man of his word.
Okay. And?
That's about it. That's where I'm leaving it.
Oh boy.
Anyways, next episode.
Episode number 5. Communication. An emergency landing becomes a miscommunication crisis. A video game returns with a vengeance, and a coffee order no one can escape.
Now,
anything worth on that one?
The pilot one's kind of funny. Because Tom Segura says his last name Segura over the radio, because the pilots are supposedly incapacitated.
Okay.
And for some reason, Tom Segura is the one that jumps in the pilot seat or something because, that's it. They're landing somewhere that only speaks Spanish, and they've apparently ignored all international naval and avionic laws where you're required. The international language is English.
Yeah.
For, anything nautical or aerial. Well, he happens to be bilingual, of course, because his last name's Segura. Do the math.
I don't know. Is that Spanish now? It's Spanish now. Continue. Don't you hug me.
I forget that your mother dropped you as a child. Anyways.
I forgot that your father launched you into a ceiling as a child.
Look, I only broke one wall and one ceiling. It's fine.
I only broke one floor.
Yeah, but yours was concrete.
I had what the women call a big ass.
Well, that would just make you bet either way.
It's a big ass.
Circling back. So he jumps on, and he starts talking to the air traffic controller. And I forget why, but for some reason, the air traffic controller thinks that he's just rude. So he just puts him on hold and won't talk to him. While almost actively crashing the plane. Keep in mind,
do they live?
The pilot and co-pilot died doing gay pilot stuff. Because that's obviously what pilots do during the whole flight.
What is it with this entire series and sex and gay stuff? Or I guess, never mind. It's just
that was literally just 3 episodes. Or 3 skits. Sorry, 3 skits. Out of the last, 15 that I've skimmed over. Now.
Okay.
There just so happens to be another pilot on the flight.
6 times 3 is 18.
So that pilot comes up. He's like, okay, I'm going to help you out. Here's what we're going to do. Yada, yada, yada. And then magically he's naked. He says, we're going to do this or what?
This is how we...
And Tom goes back to his seat. It's like, I'm okay with crashing. Anyways, what's the other ones?
Number 6, health. An offensive remark upends a work event. A man tries a new jam-on for size in more ways than one.
Okay. We'll focus on the work one, because it's quite hilarious. They're at a work, some type of company retreat. So obviously it's a whole bunch of co-eds living in a hotel and whatnot. And they're down in the banquet hall having breakfast before their keynote speaker walks up or whatever.
Okay.
And he happens to say to his table with 2 HR females, they asked how he slept. He said, fantastic. I slept like a gay man. And of course that turns into a whole conversation and devolves in all this other stuff. Well, his fantastically performative explanation when he's giving a grand speech after the CEO says you're fired, before he walks out, inspires this other gay man to stand up who's actually gay and say, no, he's absolutely correct. Do you realize how exhausting it is to take it up the ass? Multiple times. I sleep perfectly. It's a compliment. It's accurate. And it turns into this whole inspirational spiel. And so then he's allowed, of course, to retain his job and sit back down and continue breakfast. And then they ask him something about how the food is or something. And he's like, I'm happier than a Jew. Or something like that.
No, you're fired. Oh, what the fuck?
So either way, fantastic.
So that was all 6 episodes, give or take a few skits skipped over.
Minus a bunch of skits.
Also, if there's 6 episodes, 3 skits apiece, although episode 6 looks like it only has 2, it's 7. It's 8.
What were the 2 on 6?
An offensive remark at a work event, and
Right.
a man tries a new gym on for size.
Ah. Goes to a gym. Finally signs up. Almost never would. Employee at the front desk says, well, congratulations, welcome. Here's your pre-workout shot. Well, while he's in the restroom, in the changing rooms and whatnot, he notices that all these men just have absolute gigantic cocks just swinging around everywhere. And the first guy's black, so he just kind of shrugs it off like, hey, they're gifted, it is what it is. I'm a white guy in my 40s.
Okay.
But while he's working out, he's just looking around and he's seeing all these massive schlongs sticking out of the bottom of people's shorts. White, black, Asian, didn't fucking matter. Old, young.
What are they doing? Working out their dicks? Okay, so that's exactly what it was.
So anyways, he's trying to do some dumbbell presses and whatnot, and he's struggling, and a guy comes over to try to spot him, and, you know, the tip of his penis starts rubbing around his eyes. So understandably, Tom flips out, he stands up, he tries to throw a fit, but nobody understands why he's complaining. He was just spotting you. So he's like, look, not for me. This isn't gym for me, whatever. I don't know why you guys are into this. I'm out. Wakes up in the morning. Magically, he has a little mini snake now. So he goes back to the gym again. Takes his pre-workout shot. Keeps working out. And this continues on and on and on for, I'm assuming, weeks or months. Now he's got this thing that he's got to throw over his shoulder. Jeez. And is impossible to walk around with. He loses his job because he's trying to adjust his pants, but his dick is so large that it just goes all the way down his fucking leg. And he's a college professor trying to give a lecture. So, of course, he gets, fired and whatnot for inappropriate whatever. But he's got a massive dick, who gives a shit? Well, this thing is so fucking big that obviously women don't want to have sex with him because it rips them in half. So then he goes to the gym and whatnot, and he complains, and he's like, who do I talk to about this? The guy's like, okay, go in the back. You'll see a door that says staff only. You'll go through that door, down the hallway, and then you'll be able to talk to our HR lady, our manager. So he does, and it's a dim, dark, creepy hallway and a violent room, and he looks over to this adjoining room when he's at the front desk lady, and there's a blood pit.
Oh, boy.
Full of dicks.
Ew.
Now, when he first went to complain, the front desk guy was like, you kept taking the shots. Because the shots were penis enlargement shots.
Jesus.
Not pre-workout. He's like, didn't you read the brochure? It's all written right there. But he never read the brochure, of course.
Who reads brochures?
Well, there you go. It was all in the fine print.
So
he could have just stopped taking the shots and been fine.
Doesn't go away.
So his only 2 options now are live with this massive, incapacitatingly large penis, or cut his own dick off.
I think I'd rather just live with my large dick. It seems like a good solid.
It was rather large. But anyways.
I'm really glad.
There's your very rough summation of Bad Thoughts by Tom Segura. It's on Netflix. Don't know how long it'll be there before it gets taken down.
I think Netflix knew what it was doing when they signed it.
I don't think they did, because I was not prepared.
Look, all our listeners know is that you like big dicks, and you cannot lie.
Them other brothers can't deny. When a boy walks in with an individuation around thing over his shoulder, you get sprung. I don't know. And that's all for this week on Some Topic. The show where logic is seasonal, facts are optional, and the raccoons are 2 paychecks behind. If you're a liberal, please keep your critiques to yourself. Our unpaid interns have adopted a shoot first, shred later policy, and we're in a stand your ground state after all. HR has yet to get back to us with a solution, so stand by. To the rest of you, keep your coffee black, your sarcasm sharp, and your reality on airplane mode. Until next time, stay skeptical, stay caffeinated, and stay just interested enough to keep the surveillance squirrels guessing while we slip out the back.